Hey, how's it going, guys? TND coming back at you. So we're less than 2 weeks away from a new season here in Destiny 2, and to be honest, ends of seasons are typically pretty boring. This season brought with it a surprise, however, with today's launch of a community event centered around the rebuilding of the Eliksni Quarter, where the House of Light has called home since Season of the Splicer. Jumping into the tower, you'll see that we are greeted by a donations chest showing a little upgrade path for donating Captain's Coins to upgrade the settlement. Captain's Coins are a new currency earned through completing various activities in the game. There is also a separate path showing the cumulative number of coins donated by all Guardians in the game, with further unlocks allowing for more than just coins to be donated, things like map fragments and the soon-to-be vaulted planetary materials, but also giving a greater chance at earning gift boxes, which have a chance of dropping red border weapons. It's not unlike literally any other event in Destiny throughout the year. Do activities for seasonal currency, bank the currency for some rewards. The best rewards this time being a golf ball and this interesting looking ghost shell. This event comes to us at the end of what I would call a bit of a fulcrum season for Destiny 2. You see, seasons these days have gotten rather predictable. You get an upgrade grid of the seasonal vendor, which gradually unlocks as the season progresses. You have some weapons and armor, and if you're lucky, a couple of those weapons will actually be useful. You'll have a 6-person match-made activity that is dummy easy with not enough enemies, and if you're lucky, a harder difficulty that isn't match-made, so you have fun searching Destiny LFG to get a team together. Finally, there's a seasonal story activity that you do every week, leading to some dialogue between characters for you to eavesdrop on, as well as a holocom message. Spoiler alert, this model probably will not change next season. The Season of Plunder has felt different to me for some reason, and what seems to be a not insignificant portion of the dedicated player base feels the same way. That this is a step back of sorts for the franchise. People are way more burned out this season than usual. Seasonal stories usually last 6 to 8 weeks, plus 2 weeks of Iron Banner, some GMs, a seasonal event a la Festival of the Lost, and something like 4 weeks of nothing much to do. For the most part, players have been okay with this. So what's different here? I think it's that the seasonal model has become stale to players, and that staleness has exacerbated the more broken aspects of the game. Things like an aging playlist system, the lack of meaningful rewards to chase after, the fact that crafted weapons make getting a pretty good randomly rolled gun that isn't a red border, it's just legendary shards at this point. The upgrade grids, the match-made activities, the reusing old vaulted locations, it's starting to wear on the player base as a whole, and I've certainly felt it as well. Once I got my Gilded Conqueror this season, my King's Fall seal, and the 2 crafted weapons I wanted to get from this season, I felt done. And that was back in the middle of October. Bungie needs things in the game to keep players engaged when there isn't some big seasonal stuff happening. Which brings us to this Eliksni Quarter event. Let me tell you guys, this ain't it. We did not need another get blurg bucks by doing strikes and catch crash, then turn them in for 3 enhancement cores. Nah, this is Bungie giving us busy work and making it look like appealing content. And that 400 million coins goal? Who cares? What is the point? Especially if the entire Eliksni Quarter gets vaulted in 3 months again when Lightfall comes out. Is there any actual incentive for players to spend their time doing this? No, there isn't. In my opinion, we should boycott the entire event. Let it fail. Let Bungie announce something like, given the current pace, we've tripled the amount of coins gained from all activities just so they can push it through. Stuff like this only adds more artificial grind that is ultimately meaningless. It's the video game equivalent of your boss throwing you a pizza party at the end of the year for all the hard work you've put in. Why don't you just give me something actually worth my time instead? A pizza's great, don't get me wrong. Black olives and mushroom gang, where are we at? The biggest thing I can say to players feeling burnout, feeling tired of the grind, feeling like they're spinning their wheels every season, I just gotta say this. Play another game. Burnout is honestly a player-created dilemma. Expand your horizons. Use that dead time every season to play that one game you heard is pretty good, but you just never made time for. I've been grinding away at God of War Ragnarok lately, and let me tell you, the breaks I've had from Destiny lately are certainly going to help me feel better when coming back into what's inevitably going to be another cookie-cutter type season going into Lightfall. So feel free to do the event, or don't do the event. It's on you to decide. But me, I'm sitting this one out. Fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 10 times, something like that. So those are my quick thoughts on the community event. Let me know in the comments, does this event spark joy in your life? Or is this just another box you gotta check because you're a completionist and this is just who you are? I do have a community Discord server where me and my gang of nerds hang out and talk about movies, gaming, and generally all things nerd. You are more than welcome to come join us. Links are in the description below. Anyway, that's all for me for now, y'all. Happy hunting, Guardians.